Hello, my name's Josh. I'm the General Manager at the Happy Puzzle Company, and I was asked to give a bit of information and a bit of knowledge as to how puzzles and games can help develop a variety of skills, specifically handwriting, but also many other skills. I'm going to start off with an article that was written in the Times Educational Supplement maybe 15, 20 years ago, before my time at Happy Puzzle. And it was about how puzzles and games can help develop vital skills. And the title of the article was, "Children are adept at singing when they think no one's listening." So the question is, how do you get them to learn when they think no one is watching? And that's the key bit of information here. That's the key skill. And the way you achieve that is through hands-on play. Now, handwriting can be tricky for many kids to master. Maybe you've noticed your child grip their pencil too tightly, write letters that don't sit neatly in the lines. I know my child, who's 6, is certainly going through some issues with letter formation, and they begin to feel frustrated when asked to do handwriting or homework. And if that sounds familiar, well, you're certainly not alone. And handwriting is a complex skill that takes time and practice and patience. But here's the good news. Practice doesn't have to mean endless worksheets. It doesn't have to mean sitting down, tracing letters for hours after hours. Puzzles and games, yes, the same ones that your children already love, can do wonders for handwriting development. By sneaking in a skill building through play, your child can strengthen the muscles, coordination and confidence they need for writing. So, why puzzles and games, and which ones work? Well, when kids play, they're working on much more than just fun. Puzzles and games can build finger strength and control, needed for holding a pencil, of course, hand-eye coordination, looking where letters go and writing them clearly, visual skills as well, such as recognising shapes and spaces and patterns in writing, as well as patience and focus, which again is incredibly important when it comes to letter formation and handwriting skills. We all know that experience of a child wanting to give up when they haven't solved their puzzle or their game after the first and second attempt. Well, perseverance in puzzles and gaming can also translate into handwriting skills. Instead of handwriting feeling like a chore, play makes it more enjoyable. And kids often don't even realise they're practicing, which takes me back to my first point, which is, how do you get children to learn when they think no one is listening? And the way you do that is through hands-on play and through fun. So, let's talk about some fun ways to build and develop writing skills. Well, first and foremost, what product is great for developing hand-eye coordination? Of course, jigsaws. When kids pick up the small pieces, they're practicing the same pinch grip they would use in their pencils, for their pencils. Plus, puzzles boost visual skills and patience as well. Mazes is another great one, especially the mazes where you've got a pen in your hole trying to get the ball to go through the maze. Tracing through the maze mimics controlled pencil strokes needed for writing, and it also teaches start to end finish directionally, i.e. moving from one location to another in a specific order, the same you would do as when you were writing. Also connecting the dots, a playful way and a fun way to work on sequencing, fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, smooth line and pencil control as well. Absolutely brilliant. And when the picture is revealed, of course, the child gets an instant confidence boost, which is fantastic. Game time is super, super important. You know what, game time with the family can help develop and strengthen dexterity depending on the type of game. Perhaps it's fine, I think, with fine motor skills, even shuffling a deck of cards. You know, you're working on your dexterity skills, fine motor skills. Plus, if it's a maths-based game, it helps children learn numbers. If you're doing something that involves counting or scoring where you're working progressively up, it's helping them keep score by writing the numbers down. So if the child's responsible for kind of keeping a tally of who's winning, they're obviously getting the confidence in playing games and having fun whilst doing it. But as a bonus, okay, you're getting them develop their handwriting practice by counting the numbers when they're scoring on a game. Drawing games are fantastic. I know at Happy Puzzle we have a number of them, from tracing letters, but also things like Pictionary as well, where you're having to obviously draw out pictures or whatever that might be. On top of that, you've got many modelling products as well. Again, I know at Happy Puzzle, but also a variety of other shops. You can get modelling clay. Again, that's great for developing hand-eye coordination, dexterity, fine motor skills. All of these same skills, by the way, are easy to translate over to your handwriting skills, and that's why they're absolutely fantastic. What else is great? Letter games. Things like magnetic letters or anything with magnets which mimic the same sort of movements and strokes you would do when you're handwriting. And if you're playing a game with letters, so for example there are junior versions of Scrabble, a key trick is to get them to write down their letters afterwards, because obviously you can only develop the skills so far by moving tiles around, despite the fact that you might be mimicking the exact sort of method you would do for writing. Get them to write the words down. It's just a bit of extra fun, but also it's a great way to get them to practice their handwriting skills. So, a couple of easy tips for success. You know what, make it short and sweet. Children aren't going to sit there for 40 minutes, 50 minutes playing complex games. Many years ago, the Rubik's Cube led to a product that was not only one of the greatest games ever invented, but also the source of frustration for many people. Because people realised actually they couldn't solve it first, and they began to solve it fast, and they began to lose motivation. Keep it short and sweet. With children, you want to be looking at game times of sort of 5 to 10 minutes max. Use what your child loves. So if your child's into a licensed product, maybe it's Paw Patrol or Bluey or Paddington or whatever it might be, there are so many products out there on the market that are great, and tap into that license. So for example, on our website we do a Paw Patrol drawing set, we do a Paw Patrol handwriting set, we do a Paddington writing set. Tap into what your child loves. There's no point giving them something which they're going to look at and think, oh my gosh, this is so boring. You need to make it exciting as well, and there's plenty of stuff out there for that. Mix it up. Rotate between various different puzzles, whether it's a handwriting puzzle, whether it's a drawing game, whether it's a game that just develops hand-eye coordination, dexterity. Maybe it's a modelling kit, maybe it's something like Hay Clay or Play-Doh, or something where they're using their hands and developing fine motor skills. Rotate between them to keep it interesting. Obviously, really important, join in the fun. There is no point asking your child to do this if you're not prepared to do the same yourself. So absolutely join in the fun, get involved as well, and most importantly, celebrate the effort, celebrate the perseverance. If it's not perfect, that doesn't matter. You are building on it. So celebrate every milestone. Finally, the one thing I just want to say is handwriting doesn't need to feel like a daily struggle. With puzzles and games, kids can practice all of the skills they need for writing without even realising it. By turning handwriting practice into playtime, you're giving your child the tools to write with more ease, have confidence, and enjoy themselves. So next time you pull out a jigsaw, a maze book, a board game, whatever it is, remember you're not just playing, you're helping your child to become a stronger writer, and in turn, a more confident one. Thank you very much. As I said, my name's Josh. I am the General Manager at Happy Puzzle. We're an online retailer with hundreds of different products, all developing screen-free fun, but also a variety of skills from problem-solving, hand-eye coordination, dexterity, writing, numeracy as well. Feel free to drop me an email if you've got any questions. My email address is josh@happypuzzle.co.uk. I'll be more than delighted to answer them. Obviously, take a look at our website, happypuzzle.co.uk. But if not, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.